So we got the news that Carmelo Anthony is headed to the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts, where I have been a couple times.
I have not been. Will I enjoy it? As a basketball nut?
Yeah, you would enjoy it.
Okay.
You would enjoy it.
They got a Papa shot, right? I saw that.
I was there when Joe Dumars got inducted.
Joe Dumars.
Yes, I was there. That was pretty special. It was great. So it's a great place to go visit. I think I was there one other time, if I can remember correctly. But anyway, so the question is, remember, the NBA doesn't have its own Hall of Fame.
You think they ever will? They're just gonna ride it
should.
out. You think they will?
If I'm
Adam Silver,
you want to leave behind something where people don't look at your legacy as you were the soft commissioner, you were the one who allowed load management, you know what I mean, and all that. The legacy should be that they should start an NBA Hall of Fame. There's no reason why a sport doesn't have its own own Hall of Fame. And it doesn't matter what they do at the Basketball Hall of Fame because that covers everything. Mm-hmm. They got Harlem Globetrotters in there. Yeah. They got all kinds of people in there. You know what I mean? So you could keep that going, have your own NBA Hall of Fame. But the question really is, and you brought it up earlier, because it's the Basketball Hall of Fame, there's no doubt that Carmelo would get in 100%. Because you got a couple things all set up. You have the Olympics where he won gold medals.
Yep.
Bo, is it 3? Can you look it up?
I think he or Kevin Durant have 4 because they went like boom, boom. They just didn't stop.
I'm going to say my gut says 3.
Yeah, Carmelo has 3.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My gut was 3.
3 gold medals.
And he also won an unbelievable national championship his freshman year at Syracuse.
Those things alone.
Right, get you into the Hall of Fame.
The Basketball Hall of Fame, yep.
Right, so that's okay. But if we took that stuff away and it was just based on his NBA career, because now the whole thing now is that because he's a Basketball Hall of Famer, what will the Nuggets do? Will they retire his number 15? Yeah. Because guess who wears number 15?
That's
the Joker.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
By the way, that's
another one. I didn't want to do that one today.
That's a conversation to be had. We're
going to have that conversation. But anyway,
we've got plenty of time.
Would Carmelo make it in the NBA Hall of Fame if there was an NBA Hall of Fame? And I always go with gut, like first, and then I do my research.
Yep.
And my gut is no, he would not.
Break it down.
Not enough winning. You got to win their major awards. There's like a lot of things that I think when you're on that level, to me, and I'm a hard voter.
Right.
Because I believe in if we have to debate your career, you're not a Hall of Fame.
And that's
if I say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you got a conversation for me? You have no conversation. Right. If I say Magic Johnson, you have a conversation?
Nope.
Like, to me, that's
right.
Yeah. Michael Jordan, Steph Curry. Like, this is what I'm saying. Kevin Durant. When you have to debate somebody, I don't believe you're a Hall of Famer. And I do it in baseball all the time. And I think that that's the way it should be. If someone has to make a case, Billy Wagner just made it in this year after 10 years on the ballot, got like 15% of the vote his first year, and all of a sudden got enough to be over 75 his 10th year. But he hadn't pitched in 20 years, 15 years.
Right.
Like, it's
he
ridiculous.
Got so much better over the last few years.
They just fudged and massaged the numbers
right.
to get people to feel like, oh, we missed something. No, we did not miss anything with Billy Wagner. Mariano Rivera, on the reverse, got in unanimous his first time.
Yep.
They won 5 World Series. How many would the Yankees have won if they didn't have a closer like Mariano? Probably 1 or 2.
Maybe they win, but not as nearly as much.
They wouldn't have won 5.
Nope, without a doubt.
So anyway, I think that he had a very good NBA career, and I think, we're getting to the point now where they think everybody's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And I really don't. When you look at the top 50 list and really look at our top 75, man, because even the top 75, I question Damian Damian Lillard. I did.
Yeah, that was because it's who's out.
Because I think I would have put Kyrie.
Dwight.
I think Dwight Howard, the goofiness got him out of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he definitely.
His impact, come on. I love Damian Lillard. When we have the conversation of who's taking the last shot for you, Damian Lillard is pretty much over 98% of NBA players ever for me. Last shot and all that good stuff, all-star. But when you start talking about, I mean, Dwight Howard was, what, 4-time MVP, got a team to the finals, you know, had a 5-year run where you were like, yo, he's the first.
They beat LeBron and them, if you remember. That was the year 09. LeBron and Kobe were supposed to be meeting.
09, yeah. He was the best player, the top 3 best player for a few years even. You know, if you were like LeBron, Kobe, Dwight was right there, 3 or 4, MVP candidate. I mean, yeah, there were a handful of people that were like, all right, if Dame made it, now who cracked me up, by the way, this is a sidebar. Klay Thompson had to relax.
Right.
He was, I can't believe I didn't make Klay. All right, Klay.
And here's the other thing, too. Melo, never a first-team All-NBA. Never. He was second team twice, third team 4 times. He did win 1 scoring title, which is great. 10-time All-Star, that's fine. But that's the missing element.
Yeah.
You know, didn't win any MVPs. I just the scoring championship 1 year. So I'm there. I'm going to say that. Where are you?
Here's my I think you'll appreciate this. There's a difference between Hall of Fame talent and Hall of Fame career. And I think Carmelo Anthony absolutely is a Hall of Fame talent, but by the hair of my chinny chin, he doesn't get in. If we're going just NBA, not college and Olympics. And I'll give you one of my metrics that I made years ago. I said all great players in the NBA, you know one thing? Great. We're talking greats, right? Not really good. Greats. One thing they all had in common for me, Rob, and I almost made it like you have to do this to me, is at least make it to the finals. Start naming players. Not even the great Jordan, all that. Those Kobe, Kareem, those are obvious. Reggie Miller made it to the finals. Chris Paul, as much as he finally made it to the finals. The only person I was like that we deem as like had an amazing.
Charles Barkley made it to the finals.
Made it to the finals. Steve Nash was the only one that didn't make it to the finals of people we deem as Jason Kidd made it to the finals a few times. Twice, lost.
But the difference between Nash and even Carmelo.
He's got those MVPs.
He's got back-to-back MVPs.
100%.
It's hard to
100%.
To be the best player, or at least voted the best player 2 years in a row,
over
back-to-back.
Shaq and Kobe. Those are the years
during
everybody
their
said.
years,
yep.
right. I mean, it says a lot.
So for me, the reason why Carmelo just barely doesn't make it for me is because I need to lean on something else. So I need to go, okay, well, at least he's got a couple MVPs. He doesn't. Well, at least he went to a couple finals appearances like a Stockton or Malone. He doesn't. Well, at least, you know, he was a 4-time scoring champ. Only once. You know what I mean? Like,
right, that's what I'm
6-time first team MVP. He wasn't. 6-time All-NBA.
But never a
5 of them were third team.
4.
For 4 of them and then 2 second.
2 second team. Yeah.
So I need something that I can go to bat for you with. Now, if I'm in a barbershop, yours in Detroit, and we're
Sporty
just
Cuts on 7 Mile.
Sporty Cuts on 7 Mile, 7 Mile, Bell out. Anyway.
What 7 Mile? Yes.
Yep. And I got to quote him out. My whole in-law, the whole family, right? 6 Mile. And we'll talk about it later on the west side.
Right off the lodge.
Okay. Oh, yeah, right there, man.
Come on, man.
And then I'll hit there, and then I'll continue. I'll go to the mall right there. Anyway.
The old mall is not there anymore.
It ain't there.
You know that was the first mall ever in the United States? Did you know that?
Yes. It's like that was their thing.
That was the first mall in the United States, and now it's no longer there.
Yeah,
but
anyway, so that's the thing. To put a button on it for me real quick. At least if I was in Sporty Cuts, west side of Detroit, and I said, no, I needed ammo from Melo to at least make me say this. He could do this. Now, if we're talking the best 3 scorers of my 25
that's
years,
not what we're talking about.
He's in that. You know, that Kobe, KD, Melo, go get me a bucket. He's that. But Hall of Fame, he just misses out. I needed one more piece of ammo,
I know a lot of
Rob.
people want to get on this.
One more piece of ammo.
877-99 on Fox.
I think they're going to be mad at us, Rob. Melo, is he in the Hall of Fame strictly off the NBA's resume?
Would he make it in?
What do you think? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, Chris in Syracuse. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Chris?
Oh, guys, great show always. You always bring something out that catches my interest.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, Chris.
I got to say definitely yes. And, of course, you're going to say that's because I'm from Syracuse, and, of course, that great year, phenomenal, what a great team. He was the cherry, man. He was phenomenal. I have his poster in my studio. Big Carmelo fan. But here's my reason why in the NBA. You guys always talk about 2, 3 guys. You need 2, 3 great guys on teams to get there. When did he even have a second great guy on a team? And the second thing is, when did he even have a great coach when he was in the NBA? I can't even remember half the people that were the coaches.
Wait a minute, wasn't
Didn't
George?
they have Phil Jackson?
Well, yeah.
In New York, son?
Yes.
He had Phil, Chris in New York, son.
But he also had Chauncey Billups on that team, wasn't he?
And
there?
he had Allen Iverson on his team too.
Yeah.
Where? In New York?
In Denver.
In Denver.
They got to the Western Conference Finals.
Right.
Because
I
Chauncey
always
left
felt
from
bad.
Detroit going to Denver.
I always felt bad that he left Denver too early.
That's a fair
honest
point.
about that.
That's a fair
All right,
point. He
Chris,
talked about that before.
Thanks, man. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
But
Chris. Oh, he was trying to break
Dion-
it down some more.
yeah.
My bad, Chris.
Dion in Texas. A lot of people want to get in on this.
Yeah.
so-
Who else we got, D?
Yeah, Dion.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, we heard enough from Chris. That was
Yeah,
good. All
okay.
right.
I know
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
Syracuse guy. We get it.
Yeah, we good. All right, Basketball Hall of Fame, yes, absolutely, definitely. NBA Hall of Fame, hey, that is debatable. We shouldn't have to debate it. And let me cook for a second.
Okay.
Nancy Lieberman said it yesterday. Awesome interview, by the way. See, look what David Stern did to the NBA. Because he invested internationally, we got all these different playing styles and all these great players. What Adam Silver could really grace us with, besides getting fired, he needs to doggone create a NBA Hall of Fame. And it kind of depends on who they put in the Hall of Fame and what the criteria is. Because, man, much as I love Carmelo, he'll give you a bucket. I do agree on that.
Without a doubt.
But, man, has he done enough? Is there enough on the resume? Did he check enough blocks? You know, the lead in scoring once. And to me, I think he had a chance to join, if I'm not mistaken, the guy in Chicago, Derrick Rose, which probably wouldn't have lasted very long, but they maybe could have won something there had he gone there as a free agent. So he chose money over winning, as was what I recall. And, yeah, man, great player. I love him, but it's debatable if he's an NBA Hall of Famer if it's just based off of what he's done in the NBA.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
and that's what Rob and I are talking about. Just
I
if
want
you got
you
to
to-
stutter and think, and somebody texted.
No, I wrote this
Oh.
story for ESPN.com. Look at
Okay,
the year.
let me see. 2005.
What'd you say?
Ready for the NBA Hall of Fame. You've been calling for
I've been
20 years.
Yes, for 20 years. The story I just pulled up, just Googled it.
Yep.
Google it.
Google.
Shannon in Delaware.
No
You're on the-
shark.
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Shannon?
Hey, what's up, Kev? What's up, Rob? Love the show. Guys.
Appreciate
Thank you.
you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, Carmelo should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. 10 All-Star games. I also feel like he'll be forever plagued by getting drafted the same year as LeBron, which I think he should have won Rookie of the Year, by the way.
That's fair.
And also-
That's a fair point.
And also, the drafting. Him getting drafted, he should have went to the Pistons. That will forever plague him. And yeah, he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Thanks for that. I always wonder, Larry Brown, would he have fit in? And I'm not trying to say Carmelo's not. That team was defensive order. If you didn't play defense, you didn't play for Larry Brown.
I think he would have because he'd have fallen in line.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, but they ain't play around. We talked about it the other day. 10 games, 11 games of holding people under 70.
Under 70. That was
It's
Larry
crazy.
Brown. They didn't play. And if you didn't play defense, you came out. Even guys coming off the bench.
Yeah.
You better dig in. Eric in Texas, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, E?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Kelvin? How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Great on this funky flashback Friday.
Yes, sir. Allison, he's deep in the crates right now. Look, I'm going to say this. I feel like if we're going off of just NBA Hall of Fame standards, if guys like Tracy McGrady, who never won a playoff series, guys like Vince Carter,
But he's in the basketball, and that's what you got to be careful.
Yeah, I know.
I'm with you on that, and I don't think Tracy McGrady in the NBA.
I don't think Vince Carter's a Hall of Famer. Me personally, in my personal opinion, I don't think Vince Carter's a Hall of Famer.
I'm with you too. There's a lot of Hall of very gooders.
I think Carmelo was such a prolific scorer, and the first call was tripping because, he definitely had a good coach in George Karl. Carmelo had opportunities, but at the same time, you're only going to do so much in certain situations, right?
No, we're not saying you got to win, but he was never first team.
If he would have made the finals, like Kelvin, I hear what you're saying, but I think Carmelo, man, he had a prolific career. Like, he averaged 23 points for his career. Like, I can't not give the guy Hall of Fame.
I told you, if Hall of Bucket Getter, without a doubt, he is one of the first people in the Hall of Bucket Getters. But my one of my metrics had always been, if you're that great, because it's only 5 people at a time in the NBA, usually you can lead your Patrick Ewing. Never won, but guess where he got? To the finals.
But
David Robinson,
he got there twice, Patrick.
Hakeem, final. You name somebody great. Go ahead, E. I bet that you think of as great. Finals.
Reggie Miller, we talked
finals.
about.
And so I'm like, man, for Melo to have never made it to a finals is kind of wild, because just about anybody we think of, just about, I'm not saying all.
All right, we're going to talk to Jabari in Michigan, but, hey, we're going to take more phone calls. 877-99 on Fox after Steve's update. So get ready. If you want to get in on this, and you have a take on it, this is your opportunity. We're going to do overtime, a little extra calls on the Carmelo. We knew people would be interested. Yeah. But Jabari in Michigan, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going with y'all?
Doing great.
Doing good as well. You know, so far my Detroit teams have been winning as of late, so it's all good. It's good.
I know opening day in Detroit, and it was 7-1 Blackjack Flaherty pitch today.
Yep. Exactly. Red Wings winning and the Pistons winning. But it's all good. But anyway, so to me, I'm not gonna lie to you right now, like, I think that he should be in the NBA Hall of Fame. And I wasn't really thinking about the Olympic gold medals you asked. Here's the reason why, because when you look at a guy like Carmelo Anthony, yes, he never been to the finals, but he is still a 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA player, and he's top 10 in scoring. Top 10. Only 10 players have ever scored 28-plus points or more in NBA history. So forever, no matter what happens, that's always going to be there. And just like in baseball or like any other else, you will look at that. You will look at saying, if you get to this number right here, you make it. And listen, and we understand that it's different than how baseball and football looks. But I mean, he's one of the greatest players to never reach the finals, and he will still be able to be a 10-time All-Star and a 6-time All-NBA player. Like, to me, I just can't see how you cannot put somebody in the Hall of Fame when someone has that, even though they didn't win a championship or didn't go to the finals.
No, you make a great case, and I told you, for me, I said it's close like a hair in my chin, because he was just so prolific, one of the best players for years. But I often then turn to, well, shoot, if you're that great, you should be able to dictate things. Not saying you have to win it all,
and
but
at
you should
least
have
get there one time when you play,
made a final.
And then the other thing I think that hurt him is when he didn't accept his role and was out of basketball for a couple of years.
Yeah, that was weird.
Because really,
that I have an issue with that. Not just him.
But you know what I mean.
That gets weird. The NBA gets really weird.
Nobody wanted him for a few years.
Yeah, the NBA gets weird.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. We'll take more of your phone calls. Does Carmelo Anthony belong in the Hall of Fame if there was just an NBA Hall of Fame off of his NBA career, not college, not the Olympics?
Who we got?
Drew in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Drew?
Hey, guys. I think he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. And when we say, like, players like Reggie Miller went to the finals, we don't give out participation trophies here. Does nothing for me unless you win, and he didn't win. And if you want to say we're going to put Draymond Green in the Hall of Fame, who's a role player, Mr. Triple Single.
He's going to go in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how you think he's not. He's on a team that won 4 championships.
Have you heard every other sports commentator say, yeah, he's a shoo-in? I disagree.
He is a shoo-in.
I was about to say.
A shoo-in of the Basketball Hall of Fame where Tracy McGrady, who couldn't get in the second round, he's not going to make the Hall of Fame, Drew?
Do you think that he should be a Hall of Famer? I don't. And he doesn't have – and if you say basketball Hall of Fame, he's not known for anything he did in college.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that he's going – I just gave you Tracy McGrady and who didn't win any – didn't even get to the second round in his career.
Yeah,
then why isn't Ron Harper in the Hall of Fame?
That's a good question.
He can maybe –
This is why the NBA needs its own Hall of Fame. It's the reason.
Ron Harper has like 6 or 5 championships. He has more than he does, and he had a 20-point season.
Wait, hold on. Why Ron – how many that – let me do the math. If I got 3 with the Bulls, how many with the Lakers? He got 1, 2. Okay, I'll do the math on that. However, I think
he's an all-star too.
Yeah, here was where I would argue with you a little bit on the Ron Harper, and I think Ron Harper was a heck of a player. So I'm not like saying he's whack. He was really good. Obviously, he was all-star with the Clippers. He was all-star. But when he got to the Bulls, he was much more of a shell of himself than what Draymond was, obviously, for the Warriors.
So Ron Harper won 5, and I'll give him credit. He was a first team on the rookie, first all NBA rookie team, but he didn't win any kind of major awards or anything. So
he can
and he averaged
he can make a claim based
points.
off of who's in there.
Yeah, I just well, the Tracy McGrady opens up a lot. Yeah. It's like the Scott Rowland for the Phillies, who got in baseball.
I don't want to talk
a lot
about
of people.
T-Mac one.
No, I know,
because I might go against everything I just said about Carmelo.
All right, Dustin in Arkansas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Oh, it's 3-0 Phillies in the 7th. The bullpen has collapsed. Yes, what's up? How are you, Dustin?
I'm good. Thanks for taking the call. I'm always going to dislike Carmelo because he ruined Linsanity in New York. He could have had something good there, but he had to whine and pout and complain when he got back on the team. They could have won something good with Linsanity and Carmelo working together.
That was a thing.
Yep.
That was a thing.
Linsanity was good for a
couple
weeks. He did make 2 covers of Sports Illustrated in like 3 weeks.
That's wild.
Which is ridiculous.
That was wild.
I mean,
that was a thing.
No, but the people at editorial, they were just trying to sell magazines.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way. It used to be an honor to make the cover of Sports Illustrated.
What you trying to say? It ain't that way no more?
I mean, come on. Leo on Long Island. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Kelvin, you know why they call it Long Island?
Why?
Because it's long if you look at it on the map.
And let me hear the accent.
Yeah, go ahead, Leo.
Talk, get some coffee.
Guys.
Yes.
Good night again. Great show.
Wait a minute, you're on Long Island? What are you doing on Long Island? I thought you were in New York all the time. I'm Brooklyn. Where are you?
No, I'm in the city, but home is Long Island. Really, my mom lives here. So
where on Long Island? Where?
Patchogue.
Okay. And New York is weird. We say not in Long Island. It's on Long Island.
On Long Island.
Yes,
right,
it
right.
is.
I know. I get
it's on Long Island, not in Long Island. All right, go ahead, Leo.
All right. Okay, great point. But I feel like all the callers didn't mention one thing. Melo is top 75. Like how a player who's one of the best 75 players in the history of the league cannot make that Hall of Fame that you guys are talking about. Because first of all, I'm gonna need to know the criteria for that fictional Hall of Fame.
There is the criteria is up to the voters. It really is. Even in the Baseball Hall of Fame, which I vote on, they talk about.
Okay, but Rob, explain to me how a top 75 player in the history of the league doesn't make the Hall of Fame, because that would be his trump card right there.
That is. I will give you that. That's the one trump to me. The biggest. If he had his defense lawyer in here, and said that's to me the biggest thing for him. Like, I'll give you that, which is why I told you it's.
Yeah, but when you look at, to me, the body of work, and you could do that whatever you want. I'll look and see how many guys were in the top. Damian Lillard didn't win. They have to look at. And I'm not saying Charles Barkley's different. He guy won an MVP. Like I don't. I'm looking at that. That's what's different about Carmelo.
Chuck
to me
is arguably third, fourth best power forward.
But do you know what I'm saying? Right.
Some people say Tim. Some people say him next.
Tim probably is number 1.
Yeah. So
Tim is a free throw away from being 6-0 in the finals.
No, that's what. Yeah, you ain't got to convince me.
I know, but people.
Here's the most. How is he? He's one. He's another one of those. How did he kill us? And you look at his numbers, you're like, but he just made the right play at the right time, the block, the rebound.
I'm telling you.
It's so annoying.
He was
annoyingly good. Like, gosh, Tim Duncan again. Keep doing it. But, yeah, this one was hard for me. We've had a lot of conversations where we're like, well, because I was a Melo fan. Like, Melo's must-see TV. He's on, who would play tonight? The Knicks? Oh, good, I get to see Melo. But there was something left to be desired. Like, what else? Is he locking down defensively? No. Is he rebounding like crazy? No. Is it, he's dropping dimes? No, it's like, that one was a hard one for me, Rob. I'm not going to lie to you.
All right. He could be the Hall of Very Good. There's a lot of really good players who are just a smidge on.
I'm not happy. That was a tough one. Because you keep bringing up T-Mac, and that's another one of my
but that's for the Basketball Hall of Fame. That's not this. We came up with the NBA Hall of Fame.
I know.
All right.